Okay, now it's not too bad. I want to show you one more thing here with this edit window. Now here, I've got this guitar part I didn't like. This little piece right here was like freaking me out in the beginning to go along with that little piano part that comes in. I want to make sure it's like nice and clean in the front. So what I did, I chopped this piece up, left it there, I just muted it. So in case later on I may want to go back and analyze it, I may want to try and pitch change that part, which you might do later on. But right now I left it in there. So more about the edit later on. And there we go. Now, one thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do some marking. I'm going to talk about markers and marking up your track. You want to know where the verse is, the chorus, the bridge, the pre-bridge, a part you want to fix, maybe a part you want to get rid of later on. Well, we're going to mark up the session where we are. So always make sure here, as you can see here, we've got this thing where beats and bars is, and our markers are selected, which you can see right there. Our markers are selected. I can come right here, and I want to put a marker right there. See, I put the cursor right there. I want to put a marker right there, we'll say, right? So I go to here, the marker window. I want to pull up markers. And they're right here. Marker. Memory location. See that right there? Perfect. Now, what I'll tend to do is I'll come here and I'll put something there and say, I want to mark this location. And I stick it right there. See that? And I said, mark a course beginning. Start. And now I have a marker location right here. I can move it too. See that? I can move it anywhere I want. I'm in grid mode, so see, it's moving right to the grid. Get closer, you'll see it better. And see, I got this here. I can move it right to the grid. So the markers act the same way. When in grid mode or slip mode, I go back here and get into slip mode, and then they're just sliding right along the total ruler set, just sliding it along. It's pretty smooth. Or I get to the grid, and it moves right to the grid. And it's the beginning. It's the start of my song. So I can go further down here. And this is a marker. So I put a marker window up, actually. And you can see that it's a marker. And it's based on beats and bars. It's got a general property, let's say, of zoom level. So that level will be the same. And we have the pre and pro control. If there was one without have that, I can have the track height also set to general properties of the marker. Group enable, because I had a group, let's say kick, snare, drum, hi-hat, drum group, or a vocal group. That group would be enabled by this marker. So set markers for various things. So right now it's the start of my song. And I may just keep that to start. And then I want to maybe get somewhere where it's, let's say, let's bring this down a little bit more. Good. And I want to get to here, we'll say. Right there. And right there. Okay, right there is where I want to be at. Now you see here, I'm at about 9, right? You want to widen it up. I want to actually be here. There you go, exactly. Now I got that. Now I can go right over here. It says marker, it says plus. And I just add a marker. And this will be the first verse. So I'll put down verse 1. Okay? That's my second marker. I can have up to 999 markers. That's a lot of markers to have. And this is the next marker I'm going to have. And I got my zoom level, of course, here, which I'm not going to do right now. Just want to have a location for that. And that's that marker right there. Or I can go back to it and say, well, look. I may want to have a zoom level if I want to, you know. This could be the zoom level for that marker. And I'll press, okay, that's a zoom level. And I'll go back to here, and I'll say, okay, this is marker 1. I click there. That's marker 1. And see, the zoom level set right back to where it was at. I can bring it down to here, and I'm saying, okay, where's marker 2? Let's see, the first verse is right here. Bam. See that? And it's an easier way to get around your session. You can get to the zoom level you want to be at, the track height you need to see your regions at. And it helps you to reference your material faster. Say, okay, I want to go here. I want to go to the verse. I want to go to the chorus. This pre-bridge I want to take care of again, as I said before. Another thing I have to do, too, if I'm working with a section I think needs help somewhere down the line, and I'm doing this session, I'm not too sure what's going to happen with the session. I'm saying, well, I need some help in the session some kind of place, somewhere. And I'm over here. I say, okay, look, I need help in this session, and I'm rolling it back here. And I say, okay, look, I'm rolling back up to here. And I want a certain region I want to work with. Like this part coming out the verse, let's say. I want to go to here and put the beat back in. Let's take the solos off. I'll put my beat back in. So right here, I want to say, well, look, this whole region here, I want to work with a little bit more. And I may want to set a zoom level for this region. I'm going to say 1, 2, that's good. And now I'll make a marker of it. And this is going to be a selection marker with a pre-post roll if I want to have it, track heights, everything is here. And I'll go, yeah, that's what I want to keep. And so if I go back to here, let's say, and let's say I'm going to do the selection tool rather, and go to here. Now I'm here and I'm doing something. And so I'm going to go back to that section again. I'm back here in the same selection again. It gave me the parameters I wanted, which is a certain amount of bars, which is about 4 bars we have right here. As you can tell, the length is 4 bars and change. And that location is saved in my memory location. So it's important to have some memory locations when rolling through your session so you know where each part is, every part you want to fix as well.